All right. Hi, Cail.
Hey, Mike.
Did that game tonight feel like a statement game from your team?
Yeah, I think in some ways, yes, but in other ways, I think that we executed well, and we had some fortunate shooting. There's parts of it that weren't statement that I thought in the second period we need to be better there, but there's some good offensive things that we did, and we needed to break out of our shell for sure.
And some of those things, did they include your defensive play or the play on the power play, for instance?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, like the things that you needed to improve, like in the second period there.
Oh yeah, our D zone coverage. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Is our D zone coverage got loose? The score gets lopsided, and guys sort of, I think they start to lean one way, hoping that maybe they're, something's going to work out for them offensively. And I thought we got loose there, and we were running around. So some good offensive things, but we got to make sure that we're consistent in that area.
Now, a guy who I was a little bit curious about after yesterday's game was Greg Moro because he took the penalty late in the game that resulted in the last power play goal for Belleville, and I wasn't sure if he would even be in the lineup tonight, but he gets back in the lineup tonight, contributes on 2 goals. Uh, what? How did he bounce back for you guys after last night's game?
I First of all, I thought he was solid last night. I thought Pekka made a good play late in the game to drive inside of him and bounce off of him, and then next thing you know, it creates a penalty. So we need Greg to be better at keeping him, on the far side of the net. But at the same time, it wasn't a blatant penalty in that respect. So came back at it today, was simple, got pucks toward the net, created that way. So I think that it was important for him to, like any of these young D-men, like getting multiple games back to back helps them. And thought Greg had a solid night tonight, along with a lot of other guys.
Now, I know yesterday I asked you about Conor Mackey, becoming more confident offensively. But I just want to talk about maybe his overall game because do you think that that's something that's maybe coming along too with maybe more responsibility being placed on him? Maybe like with guys like Petrovic and Stone not being in the lineup, he's getting more of that responsibility on him.
Yeah, I think it helps for sure because he's, the more he starts to log a lot of the heavy minutes, he's usually playing in that high minute pair for us. And you can see lately that he's starting to be more assertive. He's getting more aggressive, playing a little more confidently offensively. And overall, I can tell that he's just sort of feeling the game more. I thought tonight was one of the best plays he's made all year to create the goal, to drive down and have a decent look on the net, but to be able to turn off that and then pass it to, I think it was Giorgio Estefan who took the one-timer. That was a good patient goal. That was a smart hockey play. So good on him for creating there. So I think that's a big step for him.
And the last thing that I want to ask you about is just the play of your top line with Godin, Ruzicka, and Phillips, because obviously they had that huge streak while you guys were on the winning streak of all that production. Been a little bit quieter of late. I mean, they contributed tonight, 2 assists for Ruzicka, a goal and assist for Godin. But all 3 guys on that line, what do you think they have to do to remain consistent going forward?
I think they have to, play the game in an attacking way away from the puck, in the sense that all these guys can make plays with the puck, but if they're in a position where they're allowing the game to sort of come to them, it doesn't come that easily, especially against the opponents that we've been playing. When they attack away from the puck and they do the work, over the full 200 feet, whether it's defensively in their zone or whether it's checking the right way in the neutral zone, that creates offense for them. So I think that's where the big onus has to be on these guys to not assume that things are going to work out. They have to go and get it. And I thought there was elements of that. I thought Glenn Godden played really hard last night. He was physical. He was sprinting around away from the puck. And I think those things, if you do that consistently, it's going to create a lot more offense for you.
All right, great. Thank you.